Hi, I am Anna. I come from www.ntvforex.com. Dollars falls on impasse in U.S. stimulus talks analysis http ntvforex.com news ID 7A3D5E8172022 am market review 15082020 GMT NBSP dollars falls on impasse in U.S. stimulus talks. The greenback paired intraday gain in Asia and early European trading and ended lower against majority of its peers on Friday as U.S. coronavirus relief plan negotiations between the Democrats and Republicans remained in deadlock. NBSP Reuters reported the prospects for a deal in the U.S. Congress to help Americans suffering due to the coronavirus pandemic dimmed on Friday, with the Senate and House of Representatives in recess and no fresh talks scheduled with President Donald Trump's negotiators. NBSP After a week that the leaders of the Democratic and the Republican parties spent blaming each other for a breakdown in talks, lawmakers were not due to reconvene until next month, though the leaders of both parties said they could recall their members with 24 hours notice if a deal emerged. NBSP an impasse over $600 a week in enhanced unemployment benefits, which expired on July 31. Kept financial markets on edge as the Commerce Department reported weaker than expected July retail sales growth due to the effects of the spiraling pandemic and the cessation of the enhanced unemployment payments. NBSP on TH data front, Reuters reported U.S. retail sales rose 1.2% last month after advancing 8.4% in June, the Commerce Department said on Friday. Economists polled by Reuters had forecast retail sales rising 1.9% in July. The strong retail sales are now mostly history. NBSP versus the Japanese yen, dollar met renewed selling at 107.03 shortly after Asian Open and remained under pressure in Europe. The pair later dropped to session lows of 106.44 in New York morning on USD's weakness as well as retreat in U.S. Treasury yields before moving sideways. Price last traded at 106.59 near New York close. NBSP Although the single currency rebounded from 1.1802 in Asian morning to 1.1826 at European Open, renewed selling emerged and knocked price down to session lows of 1.1783 on cross-selling in euro. However, the pair erased intraday losses and rose in tandem with cable to 1.1837 in New York before retreating to 1.1812 on profit-taking. Price hit session highs of 1.1850. NBSP Although the British pound retreated from 1.3074 in Australia to 1.349 in Asia, price found renewed buying and later rallied to session highs of 1.3143. Reuters in New York morning on USD's weakness as well as cross-buying in sterling before retreating to 1.3084 on profit-taking. NBSP In other news, Reuters reported a review of the U.S.-China trade deal initially slated for Saturday will be delayed due to scheduling issues, and no new date has been agreed yet, according to sources familiar with the plans. NBSP data to be released this week. NBSP UK Rightmove house price, Japan GDP, industrial output, capacity utilization, and U.S. New York Fed manufacturing, NAHB Housing Index on Monday. NBSP Italy Industrial Orders, Industrial Sales, New Zealand GDT Prices Index and U.S. Building Permits, Housing Starts, Redbook on Tuesday. NBSP New Zealand PPI Input, PPI Output, Japan Machinery Orders, Exports, Imports, Trade Balance, Australia Westpac Leading Index, UK Core CPI, CPI, RPI, Core RPI, PPI Input Prices, PPI Output Prices, PPI Core Output, DCLG House Price Index, EU Current Account, HICP, Core HICP, US MBA Mortgage Application and Canada CPI, Core CPI on Wednesday. NBSP Germany Producer Prices, Swiss industrial production, imports, exports, EU construction output, UK CBI trends orders, US initial jobless claims, continue jobless claims, Philadelphia Fed Business Index, leading index change in Canada ADP employment change on Thursday. NBSP Australia Manufacturing PMI, Services PMI, Japan Nationwide CPI Core, Jibun Bank Manufacturing PMI, UK GFK Consumer Confidence, PSNB, PSNCR, Retail Sales ex-fuel, Manufacturing PMI, Services PMI, France Market Manufacturing PMI, Market Services PMI, Germany Market Manufacturing PMI, Market Services PMI, EU Consumer Confidence, Market Manufacturing PMI, Market Services PMI, Canada Housing Price Index, Retail Sales ex-autos and US Market Manufacturing PMI, Market Services PMI, Existing Home Sales on Friday. NBSP. Subscribe our channel to receive the news as soon as possible. Thank you for watching. If you want to read real-time news, text messages to MT5 Expert Advisors page at https://m.me/mt5.expert.advisors.